Hi, I am back with another installment of Memorizing Evangeline. Um, this week, my hope is to be able to not only keep my eyes open, which I have been practicing with my eyes open, but to keep my eyes open and to be actually looking forward instead of you know, all over the place. Um, yeah, I don't think I have anything too terribly exciting to say about the process this week. It's getting longer and longer. So again, I will have the chapters for you so that you can just go to whatever part it is that you are interested in checking out. Okay. And as I said last week, names are starting to pop up. So if I mispronounce a name, please feel free to kindly put something in the comments. So yeah, there's a lot of French names. So I will do the best I can, but I'm from Ohio, and so there's a town called Bellefontaine, um, that is spelled the same as Benedict Bellefontaine's last name. I'm assuming it's not Bellefontaine, based on the stresses, but maybe it is. If it is, let me know down in the comments. Okay. All right, I'm gonna do it. And I said I was gonna look forward, so I'm looking forward. Yes, I am. Okay, I'm gonna do it. Just gonna jump in. Okay. This is the forest primeval, the murmuring pines and the hemlocks bearded with moss and in garments green, indistinct in the twilight. Stand like druids of eld with voices sad and prophetic. Stand like harpers hoar with beards that rest on their bosoms. Loud from its rocky caverns, the deep-voiced neighboring ocean speaks, and in accents disconsolate answers the wail of the forest. This is the forest primeval, but where are the hearts that beneath it leap like the roe when he hears in the woodland the voice of the huntsman? Where is the thatch-roofed village, the home of Acadian farmers, men whose lives glided on like rivers that water the woodlands, darkened by shadows of earth, but reflecting an image of heaven? Waste are those pleasant farms, and the farmers forever departed. Scattered like dust and leaves when mighty blasts of October seize them and whirl them aloft and sprinkle them far o'er the ocean. Naught but tradition remains of the beautiful village of Grand Prix. Ye who believe in affection that hopes and endures and is patient, ye who believe in the beauty and strength of woman's devotion, list to the mournful tradition still sung by the pines of the forest. List to a tale of love in Acadie, home of the happy. Part the first. In the Acadian land on the shores of the basin of Minas, distant, secluded, still, the little village of Grand Prix lay in the fruitful valley. Vast meadows stretched to the eastward, giving the village its name, and pasture to flocks without number. Dikes that the hands of the farmers had raised with labor incessant shut out the turbulent tides, but at stated seasons the floodgates opened and welcomed the sea to wander at will o'er the meadows. West and south there were fields of flax, and orchards and cornfields spreading afar and unfenced o'er the plain. And away to the northward, Blomidon rose, and the forests old, and aloft on the mountains, sea fogs pitched their tents, and mist from the mighty Atlantic looked on the happy valley, but ne'er from their station descended. There, in the midst of its farms, reposed the Acadian village. Strongly built were the houses, with frames of oak and of hemlock, such as the peasants of Normandy built in the reign of the Henrys. Thatched were the roofs, with dormer windows and gables projecting over the basement below, protected and shaded the doorway. There, in the tranquil evenings of summer, when brightly the sunset lighted the village street and gilded the vanes of the chimneys, matrons and maidens sat in snow-white caps and in kirtles scarlet and blue and green, with distaffs spinning the golden flax for the gossiping looms whose noisy shuttles within doors mingled their sounds with the whir of the wheels and the songs of the maidens. Solemnly down the street came the parish priest, and the children paused in their play to kiss the hand he extended to bless them. Reverend walked he among them, and uprose matrons and maidens, hailing his slow approach with words of affectionate welcome. Then came the laborers home from the field, and serenely the sun sank down to his rest, and twilight prevailed. Anon from the belfry, softly the Angelus sounded, and over the roofs of the over the roofs of the village, columns of pale blue smoke and like clouds of incense ascending rose from 100 hearths, the homes of peace and contentment. Thus dwelt they together in love. Oh, no. Thus dwelt together in love these simple Acadian farmers, dwelt in the love of God and of man. Alike were they free from fear that reigns with the tyrant and envy, the vice of republics. Neither had they locks on their doors nor bars on their windows, but their dwellings were open as day and the hearts of their owners. There the richest was poor and the poorest lived in abundance. Somewhat apart from the village and nearer the basin of Minas, Benedict Bellefontaine, the wealthiest farmer of Grand Prix, dwelt on his goodly acres, and with him, directing his household, gentle Evangeline lived, his child and the pride of the village. Whew. Okay, then. That was another week down. And the one thing I have to be mindful of is I can feel my shoulders getting tense as I'm trying to recite it, as I sort of I'm trying to focus on remembering the words. And that kind of takes away the pleasure from it, right? Like it's fun to recite stuff and to memorize. It's not fun to be like, and oh, I gotta get it right. So I'm trying not to be that way. So, shake it out. Okay. Anyway, if you got any thoughts, go ahead and put them in the comments. And finally, right, we've got Benedict and we've got Evangeline on the scene finally. So finally some of our main folks have finally arrived. We're done describing the area. Just kidding. He's going to describe the area some more at various points. But at least we're done with that big chunk of just description of what was going down. So, thank you so much for stopping by.